Hey, how's everyone going? This is another episode of Just My Take. This is Dexter K. How you guys doing this lovely Wednesday evening? The weather's doing very great in CT. Loving this sunny weather. I'm gonna get right into it. I want to talk about this new video by Childish Gambino called "This Is America." Now, if you guys don't know about Childish Gambino, it's he's a singer. He's Donald Glover. Donald Glover is a triple threat. This guy does movies, TV shows, songs. I mean, this guy's very popular. I gotta be honest. I didn't get on the Childish Gambino Donald Glover wave until recently. But I'm loving his new show, Atlanta. I recommend people watch it. I know that it's very interesting. Donald Glover is a very interesting guy. He adds a lot of nuance in his art. So when you watch the show's Atlanta, sometimes he puts some subliminal messages in the show that make it very interesting, very thought provoking. And so that's why I'm a fan of the show. So he came out with this new song. He actually premiered it on SNL on Saturday, and then he dropped the video later this week. And it's a very controversial video. The internet is a buzz about this song right now. And this is the type of song where it's very good, but you gotta watch the video because the video just puts it puts it really really well. This was a video I actually had to watch a few times, and this was a video that you have to kind of go on the internet to see the meaning in case you missed something. But Donald Glover touches on a lot of crazy stuff, a lot of things that's happening in America right now, and I thought he did a very good job. And so I just want to kind of give you my take on it and kind of say how things are going. I'm going to try not to get too political about it because that's not my lane. I try not to go too political about things because I feel there's so many channels, there's so many people who already do political stuff on Facebook, the media, all that nonsense. I'm just trying to give you my take on this. So Childish Gambino, he comes out and you see some you hear some African music. Actually reminded me a little bit of the Ghanaian music that I grew up on, with my parents being from West Africa, Ghana specifically. And it was very interesting. I was like, okay, what's going on with this type of music right here? And then Charles Gambino, he starts dancing. And throughout this whole song, there's a lot of heavy dancing in it. And he dances very well. I didn't know that he could move like that, to be honest with you. I didn't know he had moves like that. But he puts in these subliminal messages throughout the video. So in the beginning, he's dancing and some guy's playing on a guitar. And as Childish Gambino is dancing, there's like a white hood over the guy and he shoots him. So right off the bat, in like the first minute, you have a gunshot and people are like, whoa, what the hell's going on with this video? Because when you hear the music, you're like, oh, this is about to be a crazy ass jam and shit like that. But he starts it out very raw. And as he walks away, a nicely cleaned up dressed man takes the gun, in a red towel, very clean, while the body is just dragged off and immediately discarded. Okay, so there's the message over there. And throughout the video, he talks about gun violence a lot. And as he's going through the video, he's dancing and he's dancing. He's dancing with a group of kids. And, a lot of people as they're watching, because I watched a lot of the YouTube reviews, and, people are really into the beats and the dancing. But in the background, it's just anarchy. It's just craziness. You see like a riot going on. You see police chasing people. In one of the scenes, you see a white horse going by with a cop car behind it. And I think that's to show, some of the riots, in Ferguson and Baltimore, throughout the country, and the crazy anarchy that's happening. And then, what got me was there was one part of the video that I think when everybody watches it, they're gonna be like, oh god damn, this is crazy. And what happened is they show a church choir, okay? So, about 10 people, black church choir, they're singing, having a good time, and then Donald Glover walks in the room and he's singing and dancing and he's having a good time too. And then shoots him with an AK-47. Pow, 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 pow. Everyone's just shot. And then he hands the gun off and walks away unscathed. And I was like, holy shit, this is powerful. For people who don't know about that scene, that is in relation to the 2015 Charleston mass shooting that happened when that asshole Dylan Roof went to the fucking church and he planned it out. And what happened from the story from what I heard is that he went to the church, he hung out with the people, and he was praying with the people. In the middle of it, he does a shooting. Innocent people just shot because this guy was a racist and he had issues. And hey, he's behind bars. And that's what it is. It's a very sad incident. But throughout this whole video, Donald Glover is showing how crazy gun violence is in America and the fact that we just disregard it. And how we just go from one mass shooting to another mass shooting to another mass shooting. And it's crazy. It's almost as if we're desensitized. I mean, think about it, people. How many times, unless you're directly affected by the mass shooting, how many people have seen this on the news, will watch it for a couple minutes, and then move on to something else? Move on to watching sports, go on their phones on Facebook and see a funny viral video about someone's baby or cats or whatever, and move on with their lives. That's how bad that's gotten in this country. And I gotta be honest, this gun violence thing is out of control. I do feel that people deserve the right to have guns. I'm not saying you shouldn't have guns, and I think in certain places in America, a gun is required. A gun is required for you to exist because you're going to be put in dangerous situations. Or, for example, you may live in the boondocks, for example, in a rural area, and you're near a lot of wildlife. You need a gun to protect yourself in case a bear comes by and tries to, try to maul a family member or try to do something. So I understand. The problem I have with the gun violence now is that the country is so divided between liberals and conservatives. It doesn't seem like people are willing to come to the middle of the aisle and talk anymore and kind of come to some common sense. I would love for the people who own guns, the responsible people, to be like, listen, we're going to keep our guns, but maybe these are some of the ways that we can kind of, check the crazy people or check the people who are going to do something crazy and kind of monitor them a little bit and, have some common sense in the middle. But that's another story for another time, and that's a very complex issue with gun rights and all that stuff. But anyway, back to the video. So the church scene was probably the biggest impact. I think if you watch this video, you'll be like, holy shit. It was very interesting. And there's some references that Donald Glover puts in the video. Like, in the beginning when he shoots the guy with the white hood, he does a pose that's in reference to Jim Crow. Okay. And Jim Crow, for a lot of people who don't know, the blackface, the minstrel shows, in the deep South after slavery, all the issues with that. And then some people are saying that he was in the basic Army Confederate pants during that time. So Gambino is adding a lot of stuff in there. And for some people, this is why I say you got to watch the video more than one time. I would recommend watching it 3 times to make sure you don't miss anything. Because if you watch it the first time, you're going to see a lot of the dancing going on. You're going to be like, oh, yeah, Gambino's getting it in. He's doing all the dancing with the kids and all that stuff. But you got to watch the behind the scenes, because when he's dancing, he's showing how not only how desensitized we are to the violence, but how we almost use dancing, how we're so quick to go for distractions, and how some people in this world are so blind to what's going on, okay? Now, I'm not going to come here and try to say that I'm some type of woke person or I'm a social justice warrior or snowflake or any of that stuff. No. I believe in common sense. I believe that people grow up from different backgrounds and have different morals and values. But I also believe that two people come from completely two different backgrounds can sit down and have a conversation and come to the middle on a topic. You don't have to agree. You could agree to disagree, but you should be able to at least have a conversation. That I feel like right now there's so many people. I mean, there's people who could literally every day wake up, go to work, go back to their homes, talk to the same people that think the same way they do, and never have to interact with anyone different. And that's a problem, because I believe as a human being, you're put on this earth to interact with so many different people. And I feel you grow as a human being when you're able to hear experiences from other different people from other walks of life. I always believe that philosophy. You never know what you can learn from someone. You never know. You can never stop growing. But anyway, so with this video, I'm sorry I'm going on a tangent, but on this video, he's showing the dancing, and it shows how like everyone's so it's so ingrained in the black culture in terms of the music videos, in terms of the songs, the dancing, the fashion. But when it comes to, issues that the black community faces, it's kind of like, okay, we'll take all the fun that you guys have, but then the rest of the stuff we don't care about. And that's what Childish Gambino is trying to show and say, hey, this happens in America all the time. Okay? So he's showing that in his video, and it's very interesting. So I recommend when you're watching this video, look beyond the dancing, and you'll see that there's riots, that there's kids standing on top of a balcony recording everything on their phones, which is another subliminal message that, people would rather, post things on Instagram than try to stop a situation. People would rather just try to be social media famous than try to be in reality. It's very interesting. There's a one person who actually jumped off the balcony, committed suicide in the video, and just showing how like some people are so oblivious to what's happening around them. And it's very easy. Don't get me wrong. I think a lot of people, especially people who work in corporate America, who have a good middle class lifestyle, it's very easy for them to just be like, you know what? I'm gonna worry about me and mine. I'm gonna just go worry about me, my family, and that's it. Which is the number one instinct of everyone. I will never try to confront someone who would be like, listen, I gotta support my family, my kids, all that. That's number one priority. I totally get that. But I think what Childish Gambino's trying to say is, hey, kind of look beyond your own lifestyle, your own life, your own bubble, and see what's going on in this world. Because there is some shit that's going on in this country that we need to, to address, and we need to work as Americans. I think the one thing that's so annoying with the gun violence, especially with, in the black community, is that everyone points to Chicago. Whenever there's an issue, people are like, oh, look at Southside Chicago, Southside Chicago. But it's part of America. Chicago's, I believe, the third biggest city in America. So why is it only one segment of the population has to deal with it? It should be everyone. We should deal with it as a country. We're all Americans, so why can't we deal with it? So, I never really understand that reference. Anyway, towards the end, Gambino, so he does all these shots. He's doing all this shooting. He walks away unscathed, But then when he smokes a blunt, he's getting chased at by a lot of people. And some people had some references saying that, it's almost like in this day and age, it feels like, people of color, especially black people, might have to be fearing for their lives more, always run away from the police or society because of certain issues. I don't know. That's the interpretation. It's not my opinion, but that's some of the interpretation that I got on the internet. People are going really hard with their analyzations on the internet, and, you have from the basic to, the social justice and woke people who want to put their own agenda and biases into it and try to make it much more deeper than what it is. At the end of the day, it's just a music video, people. But it's an interesting music video, and it's a conversation starter. I think in the past few weeks, you've had Kanye with his stuff about slavery is a choice. And then he actually dropped a song called Ye versus the People, in which Kanye West was rapping. And I think he should have dropped this song probably before he went on TMZ and did all that nonsense. Kanye West was trying to show, hey, this is my viewpoint. This is where I'm coming from. And T.I. was representing the people, the internet, the world, the communities who were saying, yo, Kanye, look what's happened to you. And so it was a very interesting compare and contrast that they were doing. So you have this, and that was a conversation starter, Kanye and all that. And then you have this Childish Gambino. It's very interesting. And I believe when people have the conversations and really start talking and really try to delve into things, that's when we can start to come up with good solutions. The problem is that right now everybody's so divided. It's almost like a sports team where it's like I'm on one side, if you're not on my side, I don't want to deal with you. It's too much. It's too much. Let's come in the middle. Let's try to just talk about some of these issues, because at the end of the day, we're all trying to live our lives and survive. That's what it really comes down to. That's what it really comes down to. No matter what skin color, what gender, you're trying to survive. You're trying to have a good time with yourself and your friends and your family. You're trying to be safe. You're trying to raise your kids. You're just trying to live a good life. Everyone is entitled to that. So let's work to try to do that. So, Childish Gambino, here's some other stuff they added in, he was dancing on the cars saying "get down." There's a lot of references to rap videos in this song. Rap videos from other people, talk about, hey, let's party, hey, let's get our money, all that stuff, kind of emphasizing that, people are a little bit materialistic and into all the party lifestyle. Like if you see on Instagram, especially on the hip hop videos, for the longest time, it's always been about rap, partying, girls, cars, strip clubs, luxury lifestyle. But there's reality too. There's reality where people are just busting their ass, just trying to get paychecks, trying to, pay their hospital bills, trying to put their kids in school, real life stuff. So I don't know if it was a day got some of those rappers to be like, hey, you guys got to kind of be more aware of what's going on and stop talking about all this nonsense. That, yeah, it's good for entertainment. And this country loves entertainment. We love our distractions, which Gambino put in the video. We love our distractions, but we got some real life shit that we got to go through and deal with. So it was very interesting. This video, I recommend that people check it out 3 times. And yeah, let me know your take on it. Let me know your comment on that. I talked to a few of my friends and it was interesting. They had some cool comments about it. I think I did a lot of research on YouTube, kind of seeing other people's views and viewpoints on it. And, going in with an open mind. I think the sad thing about this video is it's very controversial. But I think a lot of people, especially if you lean towards the conservative side, they're going to probably dismiss it. They're going to be like, oh, here's another, artist, supporting the liberal agenda, talking about gun violence, yada, yada, yada. And which is a shame because, this video could be a chance to kind of show to everybody, liberal, conservative, black, white, Hispanic, Asian, and everybody, male, female, everybody, that, hey, we all live in this country. Let's try to do better. Let's all try to help each other out, make things better, because this is the reality. Some people are really suffering out here, and in all aspects. So I feel like with this video, the people who already know a lot of this is going on are gonna rock with this heavy, are gonna do it. I hope it's a big conversation starter. Unfortunately, I feel just like with the Hollywood protests, the speeches at these award shows or music videos and all that stuff, the other side that needs to hear it, just to listen and see, they may not care about it as much. So unfortunately, I feel this might be just another video that just gets dismissed, which is a shame. I think this was a very interesting video by Childish Gambino. This is probably the video of the year for me in 2018. This is a video that I probably will remember for my lifetime. It's kind of like there's certain music videos you just remember, like, Michael Jackson Thriller. How do you forget that? You know what I mean? I feel This Is America's another one of it, and I think Childish Gambino, this is going to be a huge hit for him. But I don't think he did it just for to top the Billboard 100, all that stuff. I think he was just trying to really show a message. And if you watch his show Atlanta, he does put some subliminal messages in there as well. So it's very good. I enjoyed it. Check out the video. And at the end of the day, it's just my take on things. So anyway, just want to let you know, thank you for listening to this episode. You could find this all on all podcasting platforms. So iTunes, there's iOS like Overcast, the regular Apple Podcasts on your iPhone. So you don't have to download it from iTunes. You can just play from there. I also have a link on SoundCloud. So you can just hit Just My Take on SoundCloud. You get that too. If you follow me on Instagram, Twitter, it's DexPC5. I have a link in the profile too. check it out, share it with your friends. I really want to hear people's takes on this video. And there's gonna be more content to come. I appreciate the support I've been getting. I'm gonna keep doing it. So anyway, I just want you guys to remember, whether you agree or disagree, it's just my take. Peace.